listening to a QLB Media Group podcast.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
He needs some milk.
Wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Hear the music.
I'm out here. Richard. Wow. Will Smith smacked the shit out of me.
Hey everybody, welcome to the bonus edition of We Just Talking Ish, and it is going to be regarding what everybody is talking about today, which is the Will Smith and Chris Rock situation that occurred on the Oscars last night. So we definitely wanted to weigh in on it briefly, just to kind of catch the wave and have a conversation.
Right.
We're one short right now. It's just me and Q. And we're going to make this quick because we were both kind of in our feelings about it. So we're not going to belabor the conversation. I notice now my timeline is saying everybody's sick of it, but we're going to weigh in on it real quick and then we're going to go on.
I was sick of it as soon as I heard that it happened because I already knew
what Facebook was going to be like in the morning.
The memes and the back and forth was going to be. No, they haven't. They were starting early. The show didn't even wrap up. They didn't even pull the cords to the cameras off the show yet. And the memes was already pouring in.
Yeah, I got a notification around 9:30. Looked on YouTube. There was already footage. And I was just like, whoa. So I had a brief conversation about it offline. And then I went ahead and went to bed. But I knew when I got up, my Facebook was going to be full with all kind of perspectives. People for Will, people canceling Will, just, bringing up the August Alsina thing, which had nothing to do with last night. Just folks that ain't seen a husband or wife that's just weighing in on what they would have done or what Will or Jada should have done. And I mean, I don't know. Q, what you think? You're a man, so I yield to you first on it.
Okay, so when I first saw it, I was just shocked because I like Will Smith.
Yeah.
Come on, we watched. I mean, we grew up on his TV shows.
Everything. I got in trouble for tearing up my mama's summertime tape that him and DJ Jazzy Jeff had that song. So yeah, like Will is synonymous with our whole life from childhood to adulthood. I mean.
I was speechless, and that is hard. If you've been watching us thus far, that is hard for me to be, because my man, Will Smith, Independence Day, Will Smith, all the great movies
I wrote by I Am
loved.
Legend. I mean, Hitch. I just
went up there and smacked another grown man, Chris Rock, who we also love.
I agree, because he rocks hard with Adam Sandler, and I love Adam Sandler. So I really enjoyed Chris Rock. Yeah.
So let's start from the beginning. The joke was made. The G.I. Jane joke. The G.I. Jane joke was made. Insensitive, and on his part, because there is a time and a place for such jokes, and that wasn't the time.
I agree.
But then there's also some left and right to that as well. So let's break that down.
Okay.
Did he know that's what she had?
Based on Will speaking once he got back to his seat and he was like, keep my wife's name out of your mouth. It sounds like that there is some background and some previous
Which I've been
knowledge
seeing.
somewhere to where Chris
From an
Rock
Oscar
was
before,
privy,
yes.
was privy to this condition, and it was done in poor taste, and it wasn't his first time. So it's almost like they may have already had a conversation, or their agents or whatever, about Chris not stepping back into that.
But that keep my wife's fucking name out your mouth could have been a current thing. It could have been what he was saying currently.
It could have been. It could go either way because we're not privy to, we only know what we're privy to. And of course, like, nothing is just as it's seen.
I've been seeing people say, well, maybe he didn't know, or this is what he does. So if they had him as whatever he was supposed to be doing at the Oscars, we knew a joke or two was going to come out. Was he hosting it?
You know what? I don't know.
I don't need.
And to your point, award shows have kind of lost their,
especially
excitement.
The Oscars.
Right. And so somebody posted, all our Facebook philosophers and therapists and things made a post that the Oscars viewings have dropped like in millions over the last 10 years.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you don't let black people win shit.
Well, and then
that's neither here nor there.
In. Right. Then they let them in, and then,
Yeah, this is what happens.
The
so
Oscars
I understand.
are a buzzword again. So it was kind of like it could have been a publicity stunt to try to get their ratings back up or whatever. But that don't mean we're going to watch it next year, So I don't, it's so many theories. I just,
let's get to the nitty gritty.
Okay.
Let's get to the nitty gritty.
Okay.
If he felt the need to defend his wife, because that's what all the women on Facebook are yelling. I need me. If my man don't do this, he's not the man for me. Cool.
Okay. I made one post.
I feel that if he wanted to defend his wife and say something, he could have walked up there, slightly whispered in Chris Rock's ear, "Hey man, this ain't the time or place. I'll explain to you why this you wrong for this right now. Let's move on from it," and walked away.
That's a good one.
The whole walking up there and slapping him,
right? And so that would have been a good alternative way.
I understand if Will was in the streets and someone was constantly, saying shit to his wife, and he decided to use violence as a measure after a warning or so. But where was the warning?
There was no warning at all. You're right. Like no one expected him to come up there and do what he did. Like you can look at Chris like, okay, Chris, Will finna come up here and talk shit to me, because that has happened on other award shows where the comedians up there cracking jokes, and then who they talking about walk up on stage and they have like a little roast session or whatever, and then he go on. So Chris's defenses were totally down, which kind of negates that people saying it was fake or staged or whatever. Chris guards were totally down. No one, even the audience reaction, no one expected Will to come up there and do that. So
I had to watch it like 10, 11 times because it didn't even look real. I was watching expressions
and eyes and like, no, that wasn't staged. But to your point, that would have been a good way to handle it if he would have got up, in defense of his woman and kind of whispered.
He still defended his woman.
But he did it in a way where he didn't have that huge outburst of emotion.
Right.
To my point, I, as a woman, definitely want, if I'm being disrespected in my man's face, I want him to stand up for me. But if I know my man's temperament, and you can kind of, if you vibing with a person, you can kind of tell when they upset. I would not have allowed him to get up. I would have kind of grabbed his arm and said,
someone post that.
I'm okay. Like, nah, this messed up. I see where you're going and I appreciate it, but no, don't do it. And then when he won that Oscar, I would have said, okay, address it while you getting your award. And it would have left the light on Chris for being an insensitive asshole if Will would have publicly been like, I'm upset. It wasn't funny. It was insensitive. Already, Chris, that my wife is dealing with this.
Right. And then
to America and to everybody else.
It could have been handled totally different.
Like, and so for me, that's what I would have done. So then I look at Jada, I'm like, Jada, this is the second time that your husband is being ridiculed for an action that's not necessarily personal, but it's directly connected to you.
Right.
And it's like you're just letting him embarrass himself and not necessarily tarnish his legacy, but put like a negative air around his name that has nothing to do with him other than the fact that he's married to you. The whole August Alsina thing, with them have to have that open conversation and him have to openly hear Jada say why she was unhappy and why they decided to do an open marriage and all of that, and the emotion that he had, and then everybody made fun of Will. They ain't really admit, they joke with Jada, but they literally made fun of Will.
Right.
And then now you turn around, he defending your honor for something that you're dealing with, and he's helping you deal with it behind closed doors, and he go and do that. And if you know it's it's tension or a place of tension, and you allow him to go versus telling him, hey, nah, he was wrong and I'm not okay, but just chill. We'll deal with it later.
Right. The post that I read said, the women won't you defend us in our honor and y'all's honor, but at the same time, the post also said that she should have, when she saw him getting up, she should have reached for him to sit him back down.
Yeah,
because as his wife, you have the skill to calm your man down.
Absolutely. And me and my friend, we were talking about it last night, and I was just kind of like, one of the things, if you enter into a true partnership with a person, is that one person has to keep the whole vision at play while the other one is dealing with an emotional space, because you can't make good decisions in an emotional space. So one of you has to stay objective and keep it straight. And so in women wanting men to defend their honor, we also have to protect our men's honor as well, because we ain't even talking about that man won an Oscar last night.
Why even incite violence?
No. But he's human, and we've all overreacted and had moments like that. It was just on TV.
And let me say this. I'm not saying, because, people going to be like, oh, well, Quentin ain't going to defend his woman.
But it's the way that you do that.
But there's a way. It just depends on the situation and the time and the place.
Yep.
And by golly, that was not the time nor the place.
No, I hate it went down like that on for everybody.
Live TV.
For everybody. And I love Will's apology. I love Chris's apology. Jada ain't said shit, and she the center of the conversation. That does not feel healthy. And my boy Will's mental state is, think about all these years, we've never saw Will have these kind of emotional outbreaks like he had at the Red Table Talk and last night. They too free on that little show. I don't really like it, but that's another conversation. My boy mental state is not well, and I appreciate Tyler and Denzel rallying around him in that moment to kind of like bring him back, like you ain't alone, but not in front of company, bro. Right.
And let's speak real quick of the humbleness from Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Because as many have stated, the reaction wouldn't have been to carry on the show.
No.
It would have been a fight.
He held his composure very well.
Most definitely did. And I commend him for that. You could tell
he was shocked when Will went to sit back down. He was just like, is this really my life right now? Like what? Like, yeah.
Like, he looked, I don't know who he was looking at to the side, but I guess he was looking like, can you go to commercial or something? Because
if I was Chris Rock's wife in the audience, I would have been like, Jada, we're gonna have to wrap this, because this is not gonna. That was ugly. That was rough. It was.
That was ugly in front of all the other white A-listers.
But my thing, it's not even that I care about what white people think, because their opinions are skewed. Like they've done the most shadiest shit to everybody. Like even how America got here. Like, so they're not the standard for proper behavior. However, they do understand time and place of being appropriate and doing certain things. And I think sometimes me and my black brothers and sisters, sometimes we pick the most wrong time to just show
the most
out.
Wrong time
and it
to
was.
show out on the Oscars.
Yeah, like
of all places.
Yeah, we've
Maybe if
already
this was
struggled.
like I could see this if this was like the hip hop BET Awards.
It still
I could
wouldn't make
see
it okay.
if that would have went down on the hip hop awards, but
It still wouldn't have went okay. But I know, but he's human, and so I get it.
Yeah, I'm not knocking Will. He felt that what he did was what he needed to do.
I get it.
And he felt it for a while because he had to get up and walk a distance to Chris.
And I know he was mad. He was so calm, and he was calm about it. That like my kids say, when I'm calm, and I don't have to really do it now, but when I used to have to whoop them or whatever, my kids would say, if I say go get the belt real calm, they knew it was going to be bad. So if I'm really calm, but I'm angry, it's going to be dangerous. Will calmly walked up there, and he calmly walked back
and sat down.
And then the rage behind his eyes and the foam from his mouth.
But hold on now, before we end this, he was laughing first.
He did laugh.
He was laughing first.
He did.
So it was anywhere between the time of the camera switching back to Chris and then the walk up. Something happened in them little bitty seconds.
Because the camera also, the clip that I saw, the camera went to Jada's face. And Jada was like,
she went from a laugh.
It was like it was like a chuckle to like, Chris, that was in poor taste. Like, oh, this is not gonna be good. Like, almost like we've been here before. Like, damn, this is unfortunate. And their expressions told a lot. But again, they're all actors, so they express very well anyway. But based on reading the expression, I could tell it was about to go down. Just, it's like Will said, ha, and then he looked over at Jada and was like, oh, no, ha.
Right.
Let me go deal with this.
Right. Let me save myself.
Because even when you're going through stuff, sometimes it is funny, and other days it's not. Like, that's with anything. And so that was it's not funny day.
Well, social media is making it's a funny day. Especially the comparison of Demi Moore from
it's
G.I. Jane in the other photo.
Conspiracy theorists that's killing me. They got one that they broke down the Illuminati. Some was some kind of sacrificial day and put the numbers there. Then somebody was like, Will Smith had Tupac killed. And I mean, they going.
Oh my God! And on that note, this was.
We just talking ish.
We're still talking. I can't even get that. We just talking ish. The bonus episode to what just happened. And we would like to hear your thoughts in the comments, especially if you're watching on YouTube. And bonus episode for you. 2 in 1 week. Go y'all. All right. Where is the stop button?
That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay.